Hey, what's up you guys? It's your girl Margot here, back again with another video, and today I am making sausage and peppers. So today is something special because my dad makes this a lot, and my dad is going to be walking around throughout the video, so say hi in the comments if you want. So yeah, let's just jump right into the video. First things first, onion. Okay guys, so first things first, what you want to do is peel an onion, and you want to cut off both sides of the root. You want it to be about half the onion. I was using a sweet onion, I think, and my dad was coaching me the whole way through, so that's why you're gonna see him in the background here. But I cut off both sides of the onion, threw away the scraps, or compost the scraps if you do. And then he was telling me how to, a very specific way how to cut the onion. So you just want to cut it, I guess, vertical from left to right. And you want it to be pretty large chunks of the onion that's being chopped up, because you want some texture in the dish. So we're doing this by cutting the onion into kind of large chunks that you can taste when you're eating the dish. So yeah. So now we can just put these onions in a bowl and put them aside for later. So I used 3 different colored peppers. I used 3 different colors to make it more pretty, I guess. Okay, next is the peppers, and for this one I'm just cutting off the tops of the peppers and saving the top and throwing the stem away, cutting out the inside because that's usually how you cut up a pepper. And then after I managed to get the center out and get all the seeds out, then I cut off the bottom half of the pepper, but I'm struggling a bit to understand what my dad meant, so cutting off the bottom and then opening up the pepper and cutting it into strips. So they should be about the size of your finger, as I'm showing you here. It's fun. So, I hope everybody's doing well during COVID. I know me and my dad are. We're chilling, hanging out. My birthday was a couple of days ago.
Yesterday.
When you guys are seeing this, it is July 3rd.
July, when you'll be seeing it. But we're recording it on June 29th.
To go, 'cause I am happy on this island.
Okay, so after the peppers are done and they're all chopped up and in a bowl, you want to add in some tomatoes just for some extra texture in there. So I like to chop up some baby tomatoes. Some of these are actually from my garden outside. I don't know which ones because they all look the same, but yeah, if you want to check out my garden video, you can do that as well. I'll leave the link in the description. But yeah, you want to just chop up some baby tomatoes and throw them in the same bowl as the peppers. Yeah, I just sliced them lengthwise because that's how I like to eat them. But alright, there you go. Alright guys, so recently my dad started adding mushrooms to the recipe. Personally, I've never really enjoyed eating mushrooms except for the ones that you get at like the Chinese restaurants, but for this recipe they taste really good because it's in with the tomatoes and the peppers and everything. So once again, you're just gonna cut up the mushrooms lengthwise. We used the bigger mushrooms, so my dad really enjoys these. So I just cut up some of the larger ones. I didn't cut up the smaller ones because they're small, so you can't really taste them anyway. But yeah, there you go. And there you go. So once the mushrooms are all chopped up, you're going to put them in the same bowl as the tomatoes and the peppers. And then you're going to set those aside for a little while. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe, by the way. It really does help me out. So, yeah. For this recipe, we tried something a little bit different. Normally we just use regular sausage, but for this one we tried chicken sausage from Chichios. So I was struggling a lot with the plastic because it was greasy. So there's me struggling to get the sausage out of the package. So eventually, once you get the sausage out of the package, then you can take one of them, and for each one you're just gonna cut it horizontally down the sausage into little tiny bite-sized pieces. I usually cut them up anyway, so I was cutting them kind of small, but I just did that for each sausage, and I put them in a separate bowl. And my dad wanted me to remind you that you should always wash your hands whenever you're dealing with any kind of chicken or meat. So now it's stove time, so go over to your stove and get out. I used a large pot because my dad doesn't like cleaning up, so I just coated the bottom of the pot with oil, and then we go on to the next step. Alright, so next things next, we're gonna do the rice. We like to have rice with this dish because it's good food and it tastes good, so you can pretty much do anything. You can do pasta or orzo, whatever you feel comfortable with, but I just put 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water, because my dad said you always have to double the amount of water that you're using with rice. So yeah. So now I just add some oil to the rice because it helps the rice not stick to the bottom of the pan. I forget the name for this contraption that we're using, but it's very helpful when cooking for rice, so I definitely recommend it. And now I'm going to turn the heat up to high or medium high really for this one, and then you just let it sit until it bubbles up, stirring every 15 minutes or so. So meanwhile, while the rice is cooking, we're going to put the onions into the big pot. And we're going to stir those around with some salt and some pepper. Those go in first because they cook the longest. So I'm just going to stir those around for a little bit. Not get splashed in the face by oil because that sucks. And it's really hot. Just adding some salt and some pepper for some taste. And yeah. And now everything else goes in the pot. So the onions and the peppers and the mushrooms and the tomatoes. And the inside of your pot should look a little bit something like this. It's kind of beautiful actually, and it tastes delicious. So there you go. Make sure that you're still stirring your rice every couple of minutes so that it doesn't stick to the bottom, and so that the oil gets reabsorbed into the rice. So now once your rice is bubbling up, and it should be the bubbles should be at the top, you're going to put the tagine back on top of the pot of rice.
A few moments later.
So after a few more moments, I added in some parsley from my garden because I like to use the herbs in my garden every once in a while. They're very fresh and they taste delicious with everything. So I'm just adding in some parsley. I'm just cutting it up and putting it in directly into the pot. And then after the parsley and after stirring, I'm going to add in our chicken sausage to the pot. And some of it's gonna stick, so gotta be careful. And then you stir it around some more and make sure all the sausage gets mixed in with the peppers and the onions and the mushrooms for flavor, and you let it sit some more.
2 hours later.
And there you go, the rice is done cooking, and we just put it into a bowl on the side. Sometimes we like putting it in, but for this one we just put it on the side, and our sausage and peppers is ready. And it looks a little something like that, and it's ready to serve. So yeah. So now your sausage and peppers is ready to serve up. We like to put the rice down first and put the sausage and peppers on top of that. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and let me know if you try it out. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, you should let me know by giving it a like and subscribing to my YouTube channel for more content. I'll probably be posting cooking videos like once a month, and then I also do Minecraft videos and other gaming videos and probably some other really cool stuff coming soon. So make sure you subscribe and comment down below what your favorite part of the video was, and if you're gonna try this recipe, then tag me with the hashtag cooking with Margot, and send me a picture of whatever you've come up with. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.